Beautiful Sunday. I'm just relaxing today. Went to church this morning. Had a nice little time at church. Got home, did a Walmart order, and just got it and put it away. Might work on the RV here in a little bit for a minute. I don't know. It's not going to be March until I get back on the road, so it's not, something I have to rush to get done. As long as I'm working on it, we're okay, you know what I mean? Let me set you down here for a second, and I'll be right back with you. Sorry about that. Anyhow, I haven't done much with the RV since yesterday. Actually, I haven't done nothing. It looks the same as yesterday, but for those of you who didn't see it yesterday, we had a really nice Veterans Day parade today. And by the way, happy Veterans Day to all the vets. Give me a second, let me clean this lens. That's better. Anyhow, this will be town that I'm staying in for a couple months. They put on one heck of a Veterans Day parade yesterday. It was pretty cool. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting started here. Just getting started with this new paint job. Well, where is everybody today on Sunday? Cool. Well, I do a live on Facebook pretty much every day. You can find me on Facebook. Type in my name, FOURTWENTYJIM, and that is my real name, by the way. The judge changed it. Beautiful Sunday here. Like I say, went to church earlier. Now I'm just relaxing a little bit. I'm thinking about maybe doing a little bit more decorating on the RV. I still got so much more I want to do with it. That's just the beginning. Of course, I was on the road for 10 years, crisscrossing the United States, 36 states, fighting to get all our cannabis prisoners out of jail. And federal legalization for all. And if you believe in that, look up the petition. It's in the description of the video. You'll find a link, change.org, for the petition. If you believe like I do, 420 them, nobody belongs in jail, sign the petition and pass it along. Brand new petition, just started because we do have a new president. Even though he's been in office before, he's considered a new president, new members in Congress. Take 2 minutes out of your day, please, and click on the link at change.org. Or if you can't go to change.org, one of the easiest ways to find it, go to 420jim.com. Okay? Push on the petition button. It's going to ask you 3 simple questions: name, address, and email. If you have a name, an address, and an email, you can be on the petition. That's all it asks. Okay? It used to be the Cannabis 2 when I first had it out. If you go look on the internet, you can see that. And then 2 years ago, I renamed it to the Cannabis 2.4 after I had given it to a veteran, and then he gave it back. Now she's totally renamed to the name I wanted to give her when I first got the motorhome. See, I got this one in 2017 when the first one burnt in Knoxville, Tennessee. The original Cannabis burnt in Knoxville, Tennessee. And a vet gave me this one for $1,000 with 30,000 miles. And it said Cannabis on it. And then it said Cannabis 2 because the Cannabis burnt. And then it became the Cannabis 2.4 after I gave it to the vet and got it back. Well, this one has the name that I wanted to give it when I first got it, but in respect to the Cannabis, I named it the Cannabis 2. When I first bought this, when I found out it was a Winnebago, I wanted to call it the Cannebago. So that's why it's got the name Cannebago now. Everyone needs a little Jesus, you know. Nobody can argue with that. Well, very few could argue with that. So that's the motto this year. And then again, of course, my name. Yeehaw. No big deal there. Just representing 420 Jim. In 2019, the judge legally changed my name to 420 Jim. And the only really reason I'm off the road is I had some trouble with a couple of trolls, and it was getting almost physical. Two of the main trolls have actually turned themselves in, and we're pretty much friends now. And as soon as they bust the other three or get rid of them, which they will eventually, then I'll get rid of them, but no big deal. It gave me a chance to get off the road to get that settled down, but I found out I had a detached retina. So I had retina surgery done. I've actually got silicone in this eye. They take your eye out, put a rubber band on it, fill it full of silicone oil, and pop it back in your head. Well, I've got a cataract too. The retina doctor is ready to pop the eyeball out, drain the silicone out, and put it back in, hoping the retina is going to be stayed fixed. Meanwhile, I'm going to the cataract doctor to see if he will remove the cataract at the same time, the same day that they're going to do my retina. So I got to go to the cataract doctor. I just left the retina doctor the other day. He's ready to take the eyeball out, rinse it off, and see if the retina is going to last. And he wants to see if the cataract doctor at the same time will do the surgery to the cataract in that eye. So everything works out, good Lord willing. The 26th, I'll see the cataract guy, and if he agrees he can do it alongside with the retina surgery, then they're going to do both surgeries in the one day. Whew. It was a shame covering up the thousands of signatures on here, but they were mostly faded off and all, and we need to start a whole brand new thing anyway. Sometimes you just got to start things new. Now these will, I'm not going to repaint that door. Those will forever be there. But the motorhome, I let people write whatever they want on it. When I'm out on the road, they can write anything, draw a little picture, pretty much whatever they want to do. I mean, there's a couple of limits, you know, but pretty much you make a donation, you can write anything you want because of freedom of speech. But, and that's how I pay for most of this. Between me stopping every year and working, making a couple $1,000s up. But now when I come out, I'm on retirement, so I'll have $600 a month I can chip in off my retirement. And the rest comes from going around and letting people tag the motorhome and stuff to get me to the next state. Now, depending on where you're at, what city and state, as to whether I meet you or not in person, hopefully the ones I don't get to meet in person will respect the fact that I'm fighting for other people's rights. I want all of our cannabis prisoners out of jail. Nobody belongs in jail for weed, state or federal. And if they're in there for a weed charge alone, they need to get rid of the weed charges. Let them out. Now, if they're in there for something else, serve their time. But if they're in for a weed charge alone, I don't care if they had 100 ton. It's time to let them go. And get it out of a class 1 narcotic. I don't think it should be listed as a drug at all, but I would settle for a class 3. Now, a few years back when Trump was in office, I thought we had a good chance of getting him to drop it down. And he is considering now of dropping it down to a class 3. So I'm asking whether you like Trump or not. It don't bother me whatsoever. I stay in the middle. I have to. Okay? I support whoever's in the office of president, whether it was Biden, Carmela, Trump, Biden, whatever. You got to support who's in charge, and I leave it at that. Well, anyhow, the guy going in charge, Trump, if we get enough people and behind it, I'm damn sure that we're going to get her done. But we got to get all the people behind it, sign the petition. It don't cost you a penny. Name, address, email, click on it, sign it and share it. When it tries to bum a couple of dollars, don't feel bad. It don't go to me anyway. Just scroll down a little bit and put no thanks, I'd rather share. Sendandchange.org helps them, but it don't help, me, or I don't see where it helps the mission because it's never got me signatures before. I don't think it's going to get me signatures now. But, you can't be more committed than me. Now, there are other people out there and other advocates and other programs, Canna Project, Prisoner Project. There's all kinds of them, which is really good and cool. And support them. If they have petitions, sign them. Let's work together. Let's get these people out. I've been on the road since 2014, way before most of these places even thought of advocating. So please sign my petition and share it with others. It don't matter if it takes 1,000 petitions from 1,000 different people. I think you should sign each and every one. You know what I mean? So I'm not looking for fame, glory, or nothing like that. I just want people to sign the petition. I'll take it all the way. Well, it's online, but I will go all the way back to Washington, D.C. next year. Okay? Back when Obama turned office over to Trump, Obama's last year in office, I did a march on D.C. I had Pershing Park, and I did a march from the Capitol to the monument. And we'll do something again next year if I can get you people behind me and start and get these numbers up on the petition. Nobody belongs in jail for weed, and it needs to be out of the federal period. Feds shouldn't have nothing to do with it, but if they drop it down to a class 3, we could live with that. This is going to look really different, so if you check with me time to time, now it may not, it may be just little things here and there happening. If you see it every day, you may not, notice everything, but within a week or two, good weather prevails. She's going to take a whole different look. Just last week, she looked totally different than this. If you went online and typed in 420JIM, well, I got to put another coat of white on it. And you can see it had a big cross. Then it had the Bible verses. There was a jail cell with a guy sitting behind the jail. I still got to put one more coat in the middle there. You can see it better down here where the jail cell was, the bars. From the green line up, it's done. I still got to do another coat of paint from the white down. And then I got to put all the decorations back on it and all. Where it says everyone needs a little Jesus, I'm going to put a decal of Jesus up there. And I have that on all sides because I'm a firm believer that everybody needs a little Jesus. And I'll be putting a decal next to that. And probably on these windows, I'll put like Genesis 1:29, behold, I've given you every herb-bearing seed. And Exodus 30:23 in the Hebrew Bible, where it tells you that marijuana was in the anointing oil. Yes, you heard that right. In the Hebrew Bible, wrote before King James, go look it up, Exodus 30:23, and you will learn that cannabis, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, its name in Hebrew is cannabosum, and it was in the anointing oil. We're supposed to be eating it, my friends, not smoking it, but eating it. That's what's wrong with most people. They took cannabis out of our diets. And if you don't heat it up, if you just eat it right off the plant, chances are you're not going to get high from it. It's THCA until heat is applied. And chances of you getting high is slim to none. Now, as soon as you apply heat, different story. Then you're going to get high. You're going to feel an euphoria from it. What did I do with my glasses? I set my glasses down, and I find it hard to see the screen time to time. Huh. I know I had them earlier. I may have left them inside. But hey, if there's anybody that would like to help out with this mission, please get a hold of me. I'll give you my Cash App. Everything's very, 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 very much appreciated. You know, I donated the RV. I paid for all the paint, the new paint job. I'm doing all the work myself and everything. But I could use a little help in getting it all together and getting her on the road. You know, here in March, we still got a lot to do. And people want to help out with that. That would be wonderful and great. Like I say, starting March, I have $600 a month I'll be putting in personally to keep her on the road. Plus, I'm doing everything to get her ready. And also, if anybody can get me some of these, or with donations, I buy these. This year, I want to give everybody a little Jesus. So when I'm out on the road, collecting signatures for the new petition and all, if you come by and you want a little Jesus, just let me know. I'll give you one. You don't have to make a donation or anything to get the little Jesus. Just come by and let me know you want a little Jesus. I'll give you one. I give them out to the members of the church. They love them. So now, if you come by and you see the motorhome, well, then you got to make a donation. A penny, a nickel, a dime, a dollar, a hug, a roach, a joint, whatever. Any donation, I let people have a marker, and I let them ride on the motorhome. But it's going to be a couple months before that happens. We got to get her all prettied up first. But can't believe I've had no comments today. That's unreal. Huh. I'll be doggone. I've had quite a few people, a few likes, but not a comment. Now that's weird. I hope my comment. See, yesterday I couldn't see none. Oh, there was one that was hidden. There you go. Now I get to see them. I guess I had the comments turned off. Get this, man. Oh, sweet, cool. Thank you. Hello, hi. Yeah, smoke. Hello. What do you mean, Trevor Carmella? It's been picked. This is going back to the same BS when Carmella went in and Trump people didn't like that. It's the same thing now. All the Carmella people don't like the Trump's going in. Man, we're Americans. Get over yourselves. Left wing, right wing, same bird. Get over yourselves. Love one another. I don't care if it's Trump, Carmella, or whoever it is, as long as they love one another. But I know that Carmella has showed me that they're more towards the demon side. You know what I mean? Like when she told them people they was in the wrong rally when they was, talking about Jesus and all. So yeah. But like I say, I stay in the middle. Birmingham? No. No, that's not a school bus. No. That's why I named it the Cannabago, because it's a 1987 Winnebago. It's not a school bus, my friend. That's one of the last RVs built with the big windows all the way around. Pretty much sought for. It's nothing to do with the bus. Hey, hello from Russia. Don't get into it. The good Lord put Trump in office. Everybody needs a little Jesus. That's why it says it all over my motorhome. Yeah. I wished we had a society where everything of God wasn't illegal. You know, they outlawed all of God's plants and medicines and stuff to give us pharmaceuticals, witchcraft and stuff. Here's just something I want you to chew on, coming from an old stoner like me. Do you know you cannot spell healthcare without THC? Try and spell it. THC's in there. You can't spell pharmacy without harm. Check it out. The word's in there. Write them down. You'll see. They'll be on the side of the motorhome when I get all the windows done and all, because I used to have that on my door, and I had it on the other side. You can't spell healthcare without THC, and you can't spell pharmacy without harm. There you go, my Jesus. I love that. Hey, much love back at you. Annie Cameron. Hey, 420 Jim. Shout out to Annie Cameron. Hey, you are loved. I tell you what, you got love from 420 Jim. I wished I knew where you was at. I'd give you a little Jesus. You are definitely loved. And don't let nobody make you think differently. You know what I mean? If nothing else, the Creator loves you, correct? I love you. And there's lots of other people like me that love you. I love each and every person on this planet. Question is, do they love you back? It don't matter. To get forgiveness, you got to give forgiveness. Well, thank you. Okay, now these I'm going to give out. This is the first time I've done this. New paint job, new everything. As long as I can keep them in stock, you know, because I do have to buy them. As long as I can keep them in stock, anybody that comes by and wants a little Jesus, I'm going to give them one. Look at right there. Everyone needs a little Jesus, and I'm going to put a little Jesus up there. Not the plastic one, but a decal. Something's going to be, you know, in all the windows and stuff, but I wanted to make sure that every window, from every angle, that people would know that everyone needs a little Jesus. That's part of my mission, too. To let everybody know that we need a little Jesus in our life. Won't hurt. How could it hurt? It's his plant. You know, this plant would heal the nations. You know, if Trump, and the only reason I'm calling him Trump, he's our new president. I've said the same thing about Biden and Obama and whatnot. If Trump would get it in his head to bring back the hemp fields across the nation, all that land in Texas and everywhere we got, that we could grow hemp fields, and hemp won't get you high. Most of the stuff in dispensaries won't get you high. It's all genetically modified crap. There is some good stuff, but a lot of it's just, you know, made for profit. But every car, every truck don't need lithium batteries. Hemp fuel. Henry Ford built the hemp car. The body was made out of straw, basil, hemp, and resin. And the body was stronger than steel and 10 times lighter than the car. And the cars ran on hemp fuel. The old Model T and stuff, that was the hemp engine. Nah, you know, back when he took the office from Obama, I thought that. And I chased him all over the place during his campaign and stuff, and I thought that, and I thought that, and I thought that. But I've got all hopes, and I want to go all the way to Washington, D.C. again this year. You know, I'm not just some clown that just showed up on YouTube today, because most of y'all haven't seen or known me, but if you was to do a search, a Google search, and really searched 420JIM, you will see hundreds of stories about me. Most of them are true. I held the first cannabis event ever done at Mount Rushmore. Bet you never heard of that, did you? Ross Don Meeks. Yeah, U.S. government versus Meeks, Fifth Circuit Court of Appeal. She was my co-host. I bet none of y'all ever heard about that. But if you do a little research and whatnot, she was one of the most wonderful things that ever happened to the cannabis industry. She's the first person to ever be granted a testimony about pot under the religious rights to a jury. Many years ago, and I had the pleasure of meeting her and her helping host the Mount Rushmore event. I did a march on D.C. the last year that Obama was in office. I had Pershing Park right next to the White House. I had the motorcycle parade. I had everything, and it didn't cost me nothing. I did everything under my religious rights. I took over Mount Rushmore's amphitheater for one whole day for cannabis, and it didn't cost me one penny. People spend thousands of dollars, to get the amphitheater and stuff. But because God gave me this plant, and I did it under my religious rights, and I figured out the right paperwork and stuff to file, I had the amphitheater at Mount Rushmore. I'd never been there before, except when I went there to get my permit, and the same with Washington, D.C. I didn't know you could go to Washington, D.C., and if you just do a little studying and go through the hoops and learn what you're doing. I had Pershing Park, which is one of the parks sitting right next to the White House. That was my park for the whole day. They sent the motorcycles over to escort us to the march and stuff. Them motorcycles, that park and all that, didn't cost me one penny. Because you as a United States citizen, we have lots of rights and stuff. And if you stand up and learn them and think about them, people think I'm just some old stoner. How many people do you know has taken over Mount Rushmore for a day and it didn't cost them a dime? How many people you know done a march in D.C., had a Pershing Park and everything, and didn't cost them a dime? Yep. It was all done under my religious rights to cannabis and hemp. Well, hey, Don, I love what Trump says he's going to do. You know what I mean? Every day, he surprised me more and more. Now, here's the thing. Usually, a person says they're going to do all this stuff before they become president. And then they don't do it. Well, he is the president. He's elect. He's going into office. And he's making these promises. Will he be the first one to keep all them promises? I think so, and I hope so. I truly believe that God had his hand on him, put him in office. Man, he's just made some comments and things that I'm just, wow, I'm ready for. Should have been. He said he's going to take fluoride out of our water. He's going to get rid of chemtrails. He's getting rid of GMO. Okay? If he does the things he says he's going to do, God bless Trump. Oh, yeah. Well, we had peace when he was in office. And we knew that was going to happen. And let me show you for the ones that haven't seen it. See, how would y'all like to help get this up to Washington, D.C. and show it to Trump? Trump's seen my other one. Well, Trump has seen this with a different paint job. I guarantee you that Mr. Trump has seen this RV when it was called the Cannabis. Because when he did a thing in Topeka, Kansas, I was parked right out where his motorcade and stuff. They had to drive past me to get out of the parking lot and stuff where they did the event. Okay? So, unless he was purposely looking elsewhere, he's seen the RV before. Not that he's going to, but this time, I want to do a march on D.C. And I'd love to have y'all's help getting there. If you could financially help me out with a few bucks, that would be great. I'll give you my Cash App, message me, whatever. Eventually, I'm going to set up a GoFundMe, I think. This is hard for me to do all by myself. I don't have organizations. None of these other none of them want to back it. You know what I mean? They all want to be themselves. But I'm going to try and do my best. I'd like to have Trump in the passenger seat. Maybe I'll paint him on the passenger seat door or the window there. Put a picture of him in the window like he's riding with us. But if I can get the people behind me, I think we can do it this year, and I think Trump will be the one to do it. And I really do. I mean, I could show you, if you went on my Facebook and went back, you'll see where, you know how Donald Trump liked to tweet all the time. You can see tweets that I sent Mr. Trump when he was in office and stuff. So he does, I'm sure, know about me. Now, whether he knows I'm repainting and renaming the vehicle, because it's no longer the Cannabis, not to be confused with any other, because there was a young lady, Stacy, that was out with her school bus. Really, 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 really nice lady. Out here for years fighting just like me. She started a year before I did. And her bus was called the Cannabis. Mine just had a big C and a big B, kind of two words. But this being a Winnebago, I always wanted to name it Cannabago. And I did a search and I couldn't find that word nowhere online. So I think I got the very first Cannabago. Yeah, get me a wrap and looks like Trump's in the driver's seat, passenger seat. It might be cool. It might be cool. But I got plenty of windows. So hey, if you're a somebody that loves what I'm doing and has a business or something that you want the world to see, get a hold of me. Be a sponsor. Let me put your business or something in one of the windows. You know, maybe not a business, you know. The Jose family wishes you well, blah, blah, blah. You know, come right along with me in history. I've got limited space and whatnot, but these windows is up for that. You know what I mean? That way I can kind of offset what it's going to cost me to do all this. Because like I say, there's nobody help. I've had one $50 donation since I've done the repaint job, since I come off the road. And God bless them. It's parents of somebody that was in prison 10 years, and he got out this last year. But his name was on my Cannabis for 5 years or better. So anyhow, or hey, if you got a flag, bumper sticker, or something you'd like to send to me, get a hold of me on a private message or something. You can go to my website. You can always send me an email and whatnot. If you got a little sticker you'd like to put on here, you know, your favorite sticker of some sort, throw a couple of bucks in an envelope, throw the sticker in an envelope, and I'll put it on the vehicle. 420gem.com. That's where you can sign the petition. There's not much in the website. I need someone to build my website and stuff for me, but I have enough trouble doing all the painting and driving all this. So it's not a glorious website at all. I pay it every $17 a month to keep it up so people can find the petition real easy. Whew. 2 others helped me on my travels and adventure here. This is old man Jack. Hey, old man Jack. And this is his young girlfriend, Lilu. There's Jack and Lilu for those that don't know. Jack's been with me the whole time I've been on the road, the whole 12 years. I've had him since he's a little pup. He's like 14 years old. Lilu's going on 3 years old, and I've had her going on 2 years. I got Jack a young girlfriend. He loves me for it. Thank you. The petition is, you can read the petition. It's to make it federally legal, basically. Get it out of a class 1 narcotic, make it federally legal for everybody, and to let all of our prisoners for pot free, whether it's state or federal. Now see, places like here where I'm at, Arizona, I think they were the lead to do it. Arizona, New Mexico, and a few others, Colorado, they've let their state prisoners free, but they haven't let their federal prisoners free. You know, no one's releasing federal prisoners. Now, Trump did a good thing when he was in office before, and that helped a few people get out early, like Lance Galore and all. He signed some sort of a, I'd have to talk to Lance's parents to find out what that was about and all. But by him signing some sort of thing, their son actually got out a little bit early. And a few people have gotten out a little early because of it. But we need them all out. What about mushrooms? I will tell you, if you need anything stronger than pot, don't do coke, don't do meth, don't do any of that crap. Eat a mushroom. It's from our creator above, and unless you did something stupid, you're not going to die from it, like you can't overdose from it or nothing, like you can on anything man creates. See, that's the whole thing. Pot, you couldn't overdose on pot if you tried. You couldn't OD on mushrooms. Now, on both of them, if you want a stupid person, you could do something stupid. That falls under where people say, oh, lazy people smoke pot. No, that's just a lazy person that smokes pot. The other day I was doing a live and someone said that, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of funny. I'll be 66 in a month. And I've done this week by myself. And that's completely sand it, completely wash it, and completely do the top-ass paint job, and a coat of white on the bottom. Not to mention putting the lettering up there. And I'm one of the biggest stoners you'll ever know. So don't tell me stoners are lazy. And I also pointed out to them this little thing here. Three different years, I went out and worked the races out there at Budds Creek and helped them out and got the track ready for the Pro Nationals and everything. I dug the pond with a big excavator 3 different times. I mean, John paid me well to do it and all. But, you ain't lived until you've done the weed eating out at Budds Creek motocross track before the Pro Nationals, where everything's got to be what they call TB ready. You ain't lived until you've done that type of weed eating. So when people say stoners are lazy, yeah, I beg to differ. That's just someone lazy that smokes pot. I don't know what that means. Whoever's writing I'm sorry, I don't understand the other writing. I don't know. Why would it be stupid? I've smoked pot and somebody gave me a mushroom before and nothing happened. Nothing other than the experience off the mushroom and the pot you don't get. Now here's a misconception, and I'm going to piss off a couple of people here, I'm sure. But if you're my age and older, then you know exactly what I'm saying, and you'll probably agree with me. This day and age, I'll show you the vehicle while I'm telling you this. This day and age, they do have a couple of strains of marijuana, cannabis, that is really, really, really potent. I mean, a couple of hits, indica, few hits, and you want to go to sleep. Well, to me, that's good, and I like being able to get that if that's what I want to do. But see, I miss coming home, opening a beer, getting out the record album, cleaning the seeds out of the pot, rolling a joint, and being high during the whole Freebird album or the Cheech and Chong album or something. A couple hours of a nice high. You might have smoked another joint in between. But you would get a case of cotton mouth to where you had to go get a beer or something, or you could not talk. Your gums glued to your teeth and shit. You could not literally talk. Okay? And then munchies. Man, you had to go eat. It was none of these, well, do I think I've got the munchies? Very little pot nowadays out of the dispensaries gives me munchies at all. Very, 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 very little pot gives me munchies from the dispensary. There's a couple little things that I've caught myself, well, maybe I do have a little case of munchies. But nothing like the pot we had back in the 70s and stuff. And ain't none of it yet give me the cotton mouth. So, I'd love to have the pot back from the 70s myself. The only place I know where you can probably get shrooms is Colorado decriminalized them. I think Oregon did too. But yeah, supposedly you get mushrooms in Colorado. I know they're popular in Kansas, or they're popular in Maine. I normally only see them when I go to an event. And somebody at an event will, hey, 420, you want a shroom? And who am I to say no? If God made it, it's for me. If man makes it, nah, I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. I don't know. What did you just join? If you Google who I am, you'll know. That reminds me, I got to find my license. I've lost my driver's license. I went to look for them earlier, and I couldn't find them. But I had to take a picture of them for something. And I'm hoping I left them here somewhere. I hate to be without them. Of course, I'm not driving. I've had the eye surgery. I'm sure they're here somewhere. They're cool to show off. I'm sure they're here somewhere. I do love showing them off, especially the cops. They don't know how to handle it when my driver's license comes up, 420 Jim. I had the sheriff come by a couple of weeks ago to do a welfare check. My trolls called cops and stuff on me. And they come by to do a welfare check. And I showed him my ID. He says, is that a real license? I'm like, why, you think I will hand you a fake one? And he's, well, like, you're not driving. And so he went ahead and called it in. He about fell over on the ground when it come back, 420 Jim. Except they say Jim 420 because they say your last name first. That's the only thing bad about it. When the cops run your line, it comes back on the radio, Jim 420 instead of 420 Jim. But that's just the procedure of the police. They say your last name first. But pretty cool if you ask me. And that's the way you spell it, like that, right up there. Every week I go to church, I have to explain my name to a couple people, which is cool. They're like, four? Yeah, like four is in playing golf. In the title of this, where it says 420 Jim TNT Live, there's a link to the petition in the title of this. So if you can, go to that link and press it and get your name on the petition to release our cannabis prisoners in jail for federal and state charges of cannabis. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. Weed alone. If they're there for something else, leave them in there. But weed alone, they already need to be out. And, of course, it needs to come out of a class 1 narcotic. Nobody's talking about why it's a class 1 narcotic. Let me ask y'all, there's almost 100 people here. Why do y'all think that marijuana is still a class 1 narcotic? Anybody answer that for me? Hey, Chief, man makes acid. I'd be scared of anything man makes nowadays. Too many crazy people out there. I would have to know where it come from, who made it, and all that. Yeah, I'd steer away from any man-made drug unless I really knew where it came from and all nowadays. Even pharmaceuticals. Well, they would make money off of us whether it was legal or not. If it's a class 3 or a class 2, they'll make money. It has nothing to do with making money. Some people say it's because of pharmacy. No, back in the day, it was pharmacy and fuel. They was afraid that we was going to have hemp fuel and all. But nowadays, there's only one reason they're keeping it a class 1 narcotic. When they first started it, it was so nobody could research the plant and find out how wonderful it was. All that happened in 1970 with Richard Nixon. And that's when it got classified as a class 1 narcotic, hallucinogenic, no medical value. So nobody could research the plant otherwise and put the research out. Otherwise, they went to prison. That's the same time they took out the medical patent. Yeah, the government's owned the medical patent since the 70s while keeping it a class 1 narcotic, no medical value. Okay, here's the real reason. Gun control. Gun control. Not one person can own a firearm or ammunition and be hooked or have anything to do with a class 1 narcotic. Remember Mr. Biden just went to prison for buying a gun after he was known to have had cocaine? All these poor people that's been to these dispensaries and stuff, and since then signed their name on a paper saying that they don't do drugs. Oh shit, you lied, just like Biden did, Hunter Biden did. He lied on that app because you damn sure had a class 1 narcotic, especially if you had that medical card, because you signed and give your free will rights up to arms and ammunition as soon as you get that card. So, people, do a little bit of research. You know, I'm not just out here for my health and my good looks. I'm out here to help educate. And if there's anything that anybody'd like to help, please reach out to me. I could use all the help I can get. Let me see this. Oh, Dan, yeah, I know a lot about class 1 narcotic. And how in the heck can we let the government keep it a class 1 narcotic, no medical value, and hold the patent to it and let states sell it as medicine? Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the federal government. Appreciate me because I study and I do know about class 1 drugs and stuff. You know? That's where that should be led towards. You know, I used to do a class 2 drug. Whoo! Ruined my life. I was a cokehead. Yeah, I loved cocaine. But I haven't touched that in 20 years now. Good Lord let me walk right away from it. You know what else He let me walk away from? Tobacco. I'm going on almost 6 years tobacco free. 5 years tobacco free. And other than a couple weeks of drinking last year with a friend, some beer, 5 years clean of alcohol too. So yeah, you know, but if you're going to come out and make petitions and hold Mount Rushmore events and stuff, you got to know what you're talking about, bro. But thank you. I take that as a compliment. I take that as a compliment. I appreciate that. Well, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I will be back tomorrow at 4:20. We'll do this every day of the week if I can. Sometimes I might not get here because of my eye doctor appointment. The main reason I'm off the road, they took this eye out, and they put a rubber band around it, and they filled it full of silicone oil and attached my retina. Sometime next month, they're going to take it out, take that fluid and stuff out, and pop it back in and do cataract surgery. June, when the weather breaks, I hope to be out and on the road. Please follow me along if you like You'll see how the motorhome progresses every few days or whatever. I post all my memories and stuff on Facebook. You can see so much on Facebook if you type in my name, FOURTWENTYJIM, and you can follow along. And Robert, new something. Oh, there you go. Facebook, type in 420 Jim, FOURTWENTYJIM. Send me a friend request. Follow me along, whatever you like. It's the one that says Colorado Springs, I'm pretty sure. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube. I've just now started it, and I want to build it up and get this thing going really big and good before I get to Washington, D.C. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I knew nothing about putting a band around your eye and stuff until I had to have it done. I couldn't imagine them putting it in your stomach and stuff, man. But if it's for healing, healing prayers for you, my friend. Well, anyhow, I got to go, my friends. Thank you so much. Hit me up if you can. If you need anything, you can follow me on Facebook, message me on Facebook. You can get a hold of me at 420jim.com. You can find the petition there, the links here. I'll be back tomorrow at 4:20. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Remember, peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand. And if we try, we can all get along. My dogs, Lilu and Jack, and me, all love you. Jesus loves you. Everybody needs a little Jesus. Hope to see y'all tomorrow again at 4:20. Peace out.